goody? What's good? What's good?
Hey, Pooties.
How is everybody doing on this fine Sunday? We are back in the studio again. You already know what time it is. It is I, Luke, and my co-host here, Mo.
Ready?
And yeah, so we're back in the studio again for another Beauty in the Brain podcast.
Mm-hmm.
How your week been?
It's been chaotic. I'm not even gonna lie. Like several patients have really trampled my patience this week.
Trampled patience. Patience trampling patience.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened this week.
That's amazing.
I was this close
To what?
to saying, you know what, this ain't for me.
Yeah. I feel that. What? Oh, yeah. Appreciate it. So now, after we go through patience, trampling patience. That's crazy.
Because that's exactly what happened.
I feel that. It's been a week. It's been interesting. Especially these last couple of days. I don't know what's been going on, man. It seems
I
like
honestly think something's like in retrograde or something because everybody cutting up.
that's true. And I asked that yesterday too. Are we in retrograde? Are we?
I don't know.
I had to go look.
That's a you thing.
That is a me thing. Leave it down in the comments, man. If we in retrograde, y'all put them in the comments for me.
Please let me know so I can know.
Because we need to know. Because especially yesterday, where I was, all the lights just went out for no reason. The whole island, the lights just went out. And people was like, what's going on? It was like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Suspicious.
Dr. Umar.
Ain't that like witching hours, 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yes. And all the lights just went out. So I left. Okay. It's been that type of time. There's so much going on, like we always say, all the time. And if y'all see the title, nothing is as it seems.
Nothing at all.
How many of y'all went to church this morning?
Me?
You went? What they talked about?
Well, I taught a class,
Okay.
like the little youngins from like 8, 12. And for some reason, they couldn't remember Miss Danny. So they was just saying Miss Sunflower. And I was like, I like that.
The hat.
I like that.
I think it's the hat. That's what's up. So at least you can go there to be a influence for the children.
Well, these kids need good role models because
They only got like 3. And one of them compromised.
Lord.
Well, what do I know? All right. So as you know, Mo takes the reins for this one to let us know how the show is gonna go. If you have any question, anything, you can call in. Where's my phone at?
It's over yonder.
Where I'm going?
Y'all can definitely call in and chime in. The number should be in the little ticker thingy.
850-221. I don't think we have no phone connection there.
Oh.
0396.
Our topic for today, well, one of the topics. Now, these are just topics. I don't have no questions today, but I just have topics.
Okay.
So, my first topic that really caught my attention was, it says, a Nephilim was uncovered in Egypt. So, they had the head of a woman, and she was like, her head was like the size of an actual building, like one of the buildings downtown. Yeah. And then they uncovered the body of her, I guess, because it was right next to each other, like buried separately. It was like the length of a football field. Yeah.
When was this done? You remember?
This was done just recently, like a couple weeks ago in Egypt.
In Egypt.
And it kind of made me ponder, like, for people who don't know what Nephilims are, they're like fallen angel who like made it with humans, if that makes sense. They are named in the Bible in like Genesis. So if you don't think that I don't have no receipts, I have receipts today.
Okay. So, Nephilim. This, Nephilim been a thing lately.
Yeah.
Because that Miami Mall, they said that there was Nephilim that came through there because they were giants, like 10 to 15 feet tall.
And ironically, not ironically, but literally all the footage has been like screwed from the internet. Yeah.
That's very true. So, we have to break down what a Nephilim is. You said that it is a fallen angel that did a hybrid with a woman that was already on the planet.
Right.
Which women?
Our women.
Our women. Okay, so that would make the Nephilim melanated beings. Okay, interesting. That's the first thing, because that ain't the way they depict it when they tell you the story.
It's not, but in the I wish I could find it, but it's like a picture of the lady. The lips are full, the nose is broad, and it was like, you already know that's sister. They ain't no Becky or Anna.
Definitely not Anna.
So,
how tall did they say it was?
The head was at least 10 feet or more. That's just the head.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so now because there's so much to unpack with that. That's the first thing. First of all, you found it in Egypt, so that's over that Egypt, not this one. Okay, so you found it over there in Egypt, supposedly.
Yeah.
Because even now, we don't even know which information we can trust the information to be true, but we don't know exactly if it's pinpointed exactly where they say it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they've been found it over here, and then take it over there and make it seem like it's a great discovery.
Yeah.
Which
leads me to a different thing, but I'm just gonna let you cook. I'm gonna let you cook on that.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna cook on the Nephilim. So I have a couple of theories about the Nephilim. That this was a transaction that happened between higher consciousness beings and the people that the earth produced.
Right.
So kind of like how we say Zeus went down to all the women and had children and all that kind of thing. Like kind of like similar like that. So that these beings are like already 10 to 15 feet tall when they come off the ship.
Yeah.
Like that. So then that would make sense as to well, why would they be so? I have questions.
Okay.
Why would they be so tall? That's the first thing. Why would they be so big?
Well, in the scripture in Genesis, it says that they were the heroes of the time. So they protected the people that they were, I guess, around or they were from, like kind of like a family protector almost.
Like X-Men?
Kind of like that, but like, okay, you know, like the story David and Goliath, how Goliath was like a Roman.
Yeah.
But he protected the Romans. That's how it is. That's how they described in the Bible. They're just the protector. They're not a negative deity or whatever you want to say. They're just there to protect their own.
So another group of people turned them into a negative image.
Yeah.
See, there you go. That makes sense. Because how can you have these things, how the Bible describe it, but then on another token, they'll be like these creatures, not creatures, they were people.
They're portrayed as evil.
They're portrayed as evil because they held the power.
Like us black folks, every day.
Every day, portrayed as evil.
Which leads me to another rant.
But if these people were in these communities, right, and they were taking care of everybody, then they were not evil at all, like you said.
No.
But they were vilified by people that came later. Okay. Now,
Dang. That's heavy.
That's heavy because it's still happening today.
Still today.
It's still the same today.
That's crazy.
This is a question I had the other day. Because I went to a certain part of Florida. And, you know, we have there's Caucasian people out here, this and third.
Yeah.
And you get varying sizes of them. But I went to a certain part of Florida where all the Caucasians was like trolls. And every building I walked into, everybody was looking up at me like I was 4 or 5 feet taller than them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking around like, okay, I was just in there to pick up my food and leave. But I'm looking around like, okay, so, and it made me think, what would the perspective of a person that's 6'7", 8 feet tall, LeBron James, or people like this that we know, right? And they walked around back in the 1500s. How would they be described? 10 feet tall, 8 feet tall, to a person.
As a monster.
As a monster. So,
but you don't even know him.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
So they're like naturally how we already are, but to everybody else, it's like, whoa, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, a light bulb just went off in my mind.
Okay, what's up?
Okay, so you know how it's like a movie, The Green Mile.
Mm-hmm.
How he was actually protecting that lady, but I guess she lied on him and says he did something to her, and then he got thrown in jail.
For the kids.
Yes, that's exactly how we are every day.
Right.
Wow.
With giants. They have to be cut down to size.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we can't be handled.
Right.
So
we have to shrink ourselves.
We have to shrink ourselves, and that's mentally, physically. How many times have you been in a room where you was like, you know what I'm saying, you know that you're larger than everybody in stature, but then in your mind you kind of like make yourself like that.
I've done it before.
You done that before?
But I don't do it no more.
Yeah, me neither.
I feel like it weighs on me.
Well, it does. You know, people make you like, especially when you're a child, they make you feel guilty for being so much larger. You know what I'm saying? Than everybody else around you, like, and so we begin to like bring ourselves down. Oh, you know too much. You have too much heart. You got this too much this, everything that's giant inside of us is always being attacked. Right? So, since we're talking about the Nephilim and the Nephilim race, and we know that they are melanated beings because they came from outside of this reality.
Right.
Into this reality to blend with the people that was already here, which would be melanation. So, if there's because you know the Smithsonian was given the reins to keep all that stuff hidden. So all that stuff is hidden through the Smithsonian. Okay, the Smithsonian keep the records, but they're also the ones who cut down all the giant trees.
Go ahead.
All the giant trees, and then they were in charge of keeping the record of all the giant trees, right? That were cut down, and then all the giant animals. The mastodon, the saber-toothed cat, the dire wolf, all of these large, extremely large animals that we already had in North America, even when the European came in.
That reminds me of a movie.
Okay.
Godzilla versus Kong. They took Kong off of human Earth and put him in like, what is it?
Middle Earth.
Middle Earth, yeah. And then they did the same thing to Godzilla, I think, and the rest of them.
Well, I know they separated them because Godzilla was the Titan that controls the top. So we gotta break that down too.
Okay.
And then the king. So Kong is representation of the rhesus genome on the planet. Okay, because there's two, and we're getting off the Nephilim topic, but this is important to talk about. It's related. So there's two forms of the sapioid or humanoid type entity here. You had the melanated people that came from the ground. So you have over three continents, you get three bloodlines. That's where you get the ABO blood, right? So you have the three bloodlines. That's human. Once you cross that threshold, now you get into the primatic species. Yeti, Bigfoot, the swamp ape, these things that we consider to be theories or whatever, have actually been proven real multiple times over and over and over and over and over. The issue is every time the reality comes to the fore, the government comes scrub it off. Okay, so you have these two classifications of animal and human, both born of the land. You know what I'm saying? So this is what they don't tell us about the ape-like species. They're highly intelligent. They're extremely intelligent. They can talk. You feel me? They can talk to each other and they can communicate. And the reason that they stay hidden from the human groups is because when the newest race was brought on the land, they hunted them to take their place in the reality. So what that means is like, because the smartest ape was where they took the DNA to create the latest man species. The man wants to replace the ape on the social ladder. So when you see, what's that dude name that gave it the evolution of Darwin?
Darwin,
That is what that whole thing is talking about.
You're talking about the white people.
Because if you notice, it's a chimpanzee like. First it's a monkey, then it's like a chimpanzee, then it's like an orangutan, then like a gorilla. Then all of a sudden from a gorilla, it just becomes a man, right? Because they omit the link of the primate that they actually took the genome from to create that version of manhood.
That's crazy.
Right.
But it makes sense.
But right, because
smell.
when they say two things, when you leave a Caucasian to himself without cutting his hair, he turns back into the primate. His hair grows out and covers his body like a chimpanzee. That's science. You feel me?
They got to smell too.
Yeah. And the pheromone is similar to the Rh genome, right? So this is science now.
That makes sense.
Right.
The RH genome.
Right. RH is Rhesus monkey. So
they
you
tell you. So when a woman has the RH genome and then the baby has it, or they're opposite. Like if she's positive, she's negative. They give her a shot during pregnancy so she can deliver the baby, so it won't kill off the baby.
Right.
Wow.
Because it's a virus. So whenever you do gene splicing, most creatures in gene splicing become sterile. Right? So when you put two things together that don't belong, it makes a sterile environment in the thing created. So the normal reaction is anything that's natural to the planet is going to fight against the thing that's not natural. That's the way it goes. Otherwise, it would be nothing for a Caucasian to impregnate our people, but they can't because you're natural to the planet. And the planet says that that's a virus because it was not. Look at it like a computer virus. Somebody had to create it and install it. You feel me? But the natural environment of the computer don't host that. It ain't even looking for that. So this world does not host that. It's not even looking for that because that's not a part of the original reality. You understand? So what does the thing that's not real do? It creates an infection. And the infections is technology, concrete, steel. It replaces everything that's natural because it's cancer. Cancer replaces everything that's natural. You know what I'm saying? With acidity. That's real. If you want to take it a step further, cancer makes what's that word? pH, alkaline environment, and turns it acidic. Yeah. So the equivalency of that in humankind, who's carrying bubonic plague, Black Death, all of these epidemics of sickness and disease is not
HIV.
normal. It's not natural to the planet. That's why the Bible says anything that infects you, the cure is on the planet because alkaline people don't get sick.
They ain't gonna tell you that though.
Exactly.
They're gonna tell you to run up in the hospital. So they can shoot you up with more drugs.
Make you more acidic. Right. Then your environment starts to deteriorate. Without that, we don't go into the hospital, herbs and stuff. We're the Hulk. I'm telling you, nothing can penetrate the skin because if it's already a virus on the planet gonna take care of it by itself. That's why a virus can't live here because the planet is alkaline. Melanin is alkaline. Eumelanin, I apologize. Eumelanin. Because pheomelanin, which I talked about on my other show the other day, is what makes the skin yellow or lighter. So when you get an overproduction of pheomelanin, then that overproduction of pheomelanin is more intrinsic to what lives underground. That's why Kong is in the Middle Earth.
That makes so much sense.
Right. So now
you can't tell it to these folks out here. They're going to think you crazy.
They're going to think you crazy.
That's crazy.
You see what I'm saying? So look at it like this. There's two types of reptilians because we're still talking about the giants and the Nephilim. So whenever we had the ancient Egypt, they always represented the snake as being wisdom. So in the Bible, the snake became evil. So the Egyptian deity of wisdom for our people became the devil. You understand?
That would make sense.
You see what I'm saying?
King Charles made the Bible. Well, he wrote. He got attached to the Bible some kind of way. But he the one who wrote a whole book on demonology and witchcraft.
Right. Talking about
Charles the First.
Yes.
Is it Charles? James the First.
King
sorry.
James. Yes, right. The both two opposite ends of the spectrum, right? It's the same thing.
That's crazy.
It's the same because they took that same Bible and enslaved a group of people with it in the mind, right? By using the magic of the giants. Right. See, and we gotta because that magic that they said is when they talk about the Nephilim in the front person, oh, they're evil. They did this to mankind. They roam around the earth doing this. But the thing that you have to remember is that we're separated by genome. Yeah. So no matter how many people come forward and say, oh, we all bleed on one, bleed this. No, the reality is that you can take the cells and manipulate them to copy what naturally is.
Yeah.
So it'll bleed. It'll have organs. It'll be able to move around the same way and look similar to what's already here. But the reality is that it cannot go anywhere past this dimension because it's not a reality in further dimensions up.
That's crazy.
You feel me? So like now you see a lot of people overseas, people in America having dreams, and they be like, yo man, I had a dream and I'm gonna tell y'all something about heaven. These Caucasian people, there's no white people there. There's no Caucasians there. And this one dude, he was like, I had a dream and they were like 15, 20 feet tall angels, and they were all melanated. And he was like, they were talking regular like how we do. And he said that, this white boy think he finna come up in here, but he ain't.
I wonder why.
I didn't say this is what, go online, it's on YouTube. It's
I
right
wonder
there.
why you ain't getting the backstage pass.
You understand? You see what I'm saying? So as much as we're dealing with the Nephilim every day, because the Nephilim is in our blood. So what's considered evil is anything that has something to do with us. Always.
Air quote.
Right. So the giants that we're supposed to be, why do you think we got all these super tall people walking around us? You know, there's something, I had a conversation the other day. I said, now you can tell that the system knows the power that comes with the mighty and the tall and the big. Because even when a child is in high school, if they over 6'6", everybody coming at them. Football, basketball.
Scholarship.
Right.
Full ride.
We're going to go ahead
Here,
and
baby boy.
get y'all on that contract, right? Because that bloodline could potentially activate, and we need it to be contracted.
Look at shit.
Thank you.
It's a whole family.
Thank you.
Man.
You see? Now, Shaq, you been following my show I've been doing during the week?
Who?
My show I've been doing during the week. You been following that? You didn't see it? Okay, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
So in the show during the week, I was talking about the Timucua Indians. The Timucua Indians were in Georgia, and that is where the Federal Reserve was started, where they lived. This is the thing about the Timucua Indians. They were able to see the future. They were able to plan and build systems around their people. So that is literally where the Indians of America would meet to converge as government. All the tribes and chiefs would meet there to do their politics for the rest of the nation, right? The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds, they went there and they built houses and homes on top of the burial ground of the giant Indians. The Timucua Indians went from 8 to 12 feet tall. That was their height. They were giants. They built their houses directly over the top of their burial grounds. They would uncover the gravesite where they could see the bones, build the house with a clear floor so you could literally see the bones in the ground, and they held rituals underground.
That's crazy. But it makes sense.
Using the magic of the Indians, right, of the Nephilim. They use that magic to convince us to give our money to them and take Federal Reserve notes instead. It's a spell because our people would never go for it. You feel what I'm saying? But that giant bloodline is a lot of what you see popping up in the NBA. That's what you see in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? It's the bloodline of the giants. You see what I'm saying? So they have to go snatch them up real quick, because if you leave them out here like you and me, the potential for that bloodline to activate.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
But it makes sense.
And the Nephilim never left. That's why they say it's moving. The spirit is moving. Because this woman could get pregnant, and boom, there go Shaq. This woman could get pregnant, and boom, there go this one. And look at LeBron James' mama compared to him.
Look at Mike. Is it Magic Johnson mama compared to?
Exactly. They way down there.
Baby is little.
Little. So you looking like, okay, well, how come we don't never see their fathers? I ain't never seen LeBron James' father.
I ain't never seen none of them daddy.
Right. Where his father at? I didn't even know Kobe Bryant had a dad until he was playing for the Lakers in multiple championships. Then they start mentioning his dad. Jelly Bean Joe Bryant. I never heard his person before. So where are these people's fathers? Where's Yao Ming daddy?
You don't find that suspicious?
Suspicious. It's weird. all these tall people with all these superhuman abilities, and where's their daddy? That's on purpose. So now when we're so used to seeing the single mother dynamic, we don't ask no questions. You feel what I'm saying? So are these genes being replicated to be used for industry purpose? Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So the Nephilim have been captured. This is why I'll be telling people, look, I'll be telling people about, remember we talked about Lilith before? So Lilith would be considered a Nephilim. The original Adamu or Adam would be considered Nephilim because of how long they lived. You had Methuselah, who was a descendant of a Nephilim.
He lived till 969 years old.
969, 1,000 years. 1,000 years. Okay? 1,000 years. And then on down the line, it just continued until you got to a certain point in the Bible. Then it flipped. Now people only live for a certain amount of time. What happened? You feel me? The frequency of the Nephilim was captured. The frequency was captured. So now you have people who can utilize the Nephilim energy to enhance their own life. It's the spell work. So you take the magic of the giants and you apply it to yourself by using it negatively against the descendants of the giants, because that's the only way the magic work. The magic is activated of the angelic blood. You feel me? So don't let them know they have magic, but use their magic to create the world. That's where we at. We still the giants. The only thing is that everything is relative to scale. You feel me? So when we go everything, so like for instance, I can take my hand in front of you and put one closer and one further away. The one further away looks smaller, but they're both the same size.
They're the same size, yeah.
You feel me? So, or this could be bigger, but because it's further back, it looks smaller. You see what I'm saying? And then once you get up on it, then you like, oh man, that's crazy. Like they make the world look to scale. So when we come around, we a true European, Napoleon, this
little itty bitty boy,
feet will be dangling off the couch like that. You know what I'm saying? Those are the true European. Now when you come over here, you get the hybrid. You feel what I'm saying? Those that sucked on the melanated nipple. Those that, you know what I'm saying, had to be midwifed by this. Now you get bigger, stronger because they're drinking of the nectar of our people.
That's crazy.
It changes the genetic structure over time. That's just like have you ever noticed, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Whenever our people get with, other nations, we wash out. Yeah. We wash out. The melanin washes out, but they get stronger. They get more attitude. They get bigger personalities.
I noticed that
because it's an exchange of the giant energy. They're sucking the life out of them. Exchange of the giant energy. You see what I'm saying?
I keep telling y'all something wrong with them interracial couples.
It is.
Which, if I say it, I'm wrong. I think it's the truth.
It's the truth. Certain races know better than to blend over because it's gonna, especially with us. When you get the like Indians, Chinese, the Taiwanese, most of the time, their people stick together. Yeah. Because if they blend with anybody else, especially us, they're done. If they start doing that, their species will no longer exist. We erase everything. You know what I'm saying? And we take over everything. You know what I mean?
Because we're the blueprint.
Because we're the blueprint. So there's nothing that can defy us. Even if we come in contact with an African subspecies and we blend with an African, our features take over.
That's crazy.
We're the angelic race. We're the giants. It's us, man. So, we got some people in there. Who that is? PD Young, Cuzzo. What did I say? What is that?
It says tuning in, cuz.
Tuning in, cuz. Okay. Tuning in. Appreciate you, Cuzzo, man, tuning in. Everybody out there, man, if you on that YouTube universe, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, and then, leave your comment like Cuzzo did. Appreciate that. And so this is where we are. You feel me? That we don't understand, as I always be saying all the time, how all of this stuff in this world relates to us. We always are taught to look out for everybody else. So we do that. We feel bad if we say Asian is Rhesus monkey. It is. The Mongolian bloodline, you can go put it under your own microscope. You ain't got to believe me. Put it under your own microscope and see. Do your own research and see. It ain't about talking about nobody. It's time to tell the truth. It's time to tell the truth. So our people can get back on the right wavelength, because we're the giants that they keep tearing down. Even if we have giant energy, giant brain mass, giant heart space, you know what I'm saying? We replicate still versions of the Nephilim in ourselves. Some of us physical stature. Then you can get Lil Wayne with a big energy.
Yeah.
That's still Nephilim energy. You know what I'm saying? But you can't see the Nephilim. I done had people tell me walking around with me is a 10-foot tall dark being.
10-foot tall dark being?
Yeah. And I'm
like
oh,
walking with you?
Walking with me. So when I walk in a room, it illuminates the whole room like that. I say, okay, I'll take that. That's the Nephilim energy. You see what I'm saying? So when you open yourself up to it, then you wonder why. Dang, why we got so many people in the NFL that's bigger than everybody else? Why we got so many people over here that's bigger than everybody else? Why do we have these doctors that can create heart surgery and brain surgery and this type of thing and this type? Because we're all connected to the Nephilim bloodline. It's in us. It's in us, and we can activate it at any moment. That's why we're so dangerous to the rest of the world. All right.
Well, carrying on.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about the National Washington Monument. So allegedly, this covers up a giant sacred tree. And the whole tower structure gives off sound waves and frequencies.
Word?
I have my theories on it.
Okay.
But again, it's just my theories. So the first photo of the special tree was taken in 1848. Then in 1888, the monument was complete. So it took them 40 years to build this, or like, I guess, hide this.
So you saying the mountain was built around a tree?
The monument, you know, like the big tall monument in Washington that got like the little pool.
Oh, the square pool.
Yeah.
With the obelisk.
Yeah.
That's a sacred tree?
That's a sacred tree.
Inside of it.
Yes. They covered it up.
Yeah, because they never tell you where that obelisk thing came from.
They covered it up. But it gets deep.
Okay.
So in between the years of 1910 and 1971, 20 people or more have went missing by visiting the monument. So, yeah. It's like this little, like, it's the monument, okay? And then, like, it has, like, this secret door that opens up. And then, like, the floor levitates to, like, pretty much trap you in. It's kind of like something you see off of Scooby-Doo.
Like it's another dimension inside the...
Yeah.
So walking into the obelisk, see, I got to look into that now. So
I got you a screenshot.
Oh, you took a screenshot of it? So you saying walking into the obelisk pretty much takes you into another world?
Yes. It's like several people have been abducted because they was just standing there looking at it, and then they didn't notice that the ground was like moving them in, pretty much snatching them. But only people that have gotten abducted have been like Indian people. Yeah. It gets
Indian,
deep.
like from here or from over there?
Indian from here.
Indians.
Yes.
Because they're the only ones can access the food. It's in the blood, man. What was that? What did they say? Oh,
I'm telling you.
Oh, Andrea, what's good? What's good? What's good? Andrea be following heavy, man. Top supporter. What we got? What they call that? Top contributor
Top
or
fan?
whatever. Yeah, top fan. I don't like calling people fans.
Why not?
Cause I don't know.
So this is a picture of the tree.
Heck no.
This is the picture of the tree, and then this is them building over it.
Heck no. So you gonna send it to me? That was on TikTok?
Yeah.
You gonna send it to me?
Yeah.
So you know, I'm gonna go ahead and activate my TikTok account.
Please do.
I
was
talking trash. I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? Because they are spying on us through it. It's cool though. They spying on us.
Yeah.
But that's why I had deleted it. So I'm gonna go ahead and add it back so I can watch that. That's crazy. The Washington Monument was built around a sacred tree.
Yeah.
So during the time they were cutting down the giant trees, they left that one up because that's the one that we revere to the most. When it come out, it's gonna come out.
And then, like I said, it got sound waves coming from it that go into the ground.
From the tree.
From the tree. but it was like a picture of lightning striking the monument. But you know how they say lightning don't strike same place twice? It struck 3 times in the same exact place.
After they built it.
After they built it. And then on the 3rd strike, it struck, and then it like went like this big boom of like light. Like it went white and then it came back dark. Yeah.
It sounds like a trip. Watch the monument, the archives, Jekyll Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's time to take a trip or two. Because there's some things need to be seen. What? Oh, she laughed. Oh, for sure. Man, yeah, that's crazy. And people travel there to go see this thing
just
all
to
the
go
time.
see it, and then people get missing all the time, but they don't report it.
Of course not. What ley line is that tree sitting on?
Don't know.
You know what I mean?
But ain't that where Martin Luther King did his like little speech or whatever?
At that thing?
Yeah, the Washington Monument.
What? That's
Yes.
So that after the Million Man March, they all stopped at the Washington Monument.
Yes.
At the tree. Then you get Avatar come out, and they show us that white tree, and they all sit up there rocking back and forth Indian style with their hair connected to it. The tree. And that was the primary thing to knock down in their reality, was that sacred tree. Now our sacred tree have been covered up with concrete and rituals.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I gotta look into that. That's crazy.
It's deep now.
That's crazy. That's another level because, dang, man. So you see what's going on here?
Yes.
We're literally being hijacked by the use of our own magic. They reversed our magic on us.
Yeah. They put a reverse Uno card down.
Reverse Uno card. That's facts, and it worked. Dang, boy. All right, okay. Well,
They put all the draw 10s, draw 20s, all the draw 4s on us. And we just sitting there like, okay.
And we just holding these cards up, the whole deck. We got the whole deck in
We
our
had to
hand.
pick up the whole deck.
And what they say? What?
The truth is stronger than fiction. Yeah.
The truth is stranger than fiction. You talking about stronger?
Stranger. My bad.
Hey, they were talking about somebody online. They said, "Man, y'all come follow me," but follow was spelled FALLOW.
I've been noticing a lot of errors now lately in media. I'm like, did you put autocorrect before you submitted that?
You can't, because even autocorrect be steering you wrong. Be like, oh, is that a new word you like to add to your?
No, baby. I know. I said what I said.
Yeah.
I need you to leave it alone.
And spell it how it's spelled.
And spell it how it's spelled.
Talking about follow.
Okay, so this theory is America truly Egypt? And I have a theory on the Grand Canyon.
Okay, go ahead.
So apparently the Grand Canyon looks like buildings just covered in dirt. And for some reason, 90% of the Grand Canyon is not like, you can't go through it publicly.
That's
it's
right.
cut off.
That's right.
I have a theory.
Okay.
I have a theory that it's a portal.
Okay, continue. I'm listening to you.
Kind of like Area 51. Speaking of which, what happened to all the people who bum rush Area 51 back in? I don't know. They said it was an alien space ground, something like that.
Oh yeah.
So all them white people, bum rushed the place, and I ain't heard from nobody since.
You ain't gonna hear from nobody. That if you want to go portal wise, there's been many accounts of people trying to infiltrate Area 51 and they disappear.
That's crazy.
People know them. I'm talking about real life. I'm gonna send you some stuff on YouTube. I'll be watching this on YouTube. They have real life accounts of people going on that land, and they'll find like caves out there in that area, and they'll be like, "I found this cave. I'm gonna go ahead and go explore it." But they go into the cave, and the vibrations coming from the cave make it almost unbearable. And then they'll back out, come back again, back out, come back again, and you never hear from them no more.
That's crazy.
Right.
That's like something you see in like Scooby-Doo.
And X-Files.
Yes.
Remember X-Files?
Yeah.
We used to watch X-Files all the time. Stay up all night watching that junk. I promise you, me and my sisters used to be so scared out our mind And it's amazing to see that a lot of that, what was on X-Files, is what we're living today. Like, we're seeing spacecrafts in the sky.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Seven suns or planets, and people taking pictures of the double suns and creatures and cryptids and ghosts and all this other kind of stuff. All that was on X-Files. And before it was on X-Files, it was Goosebumps.
Yeah. He did his thing on that series. I ain't even gonna lie. He did his thing.
They've been prepping us for this the whole time.
He did his big one. Every book report, it was a Goosebumps book.
It was that, yep.
Mm-hmm. That and Junie B. Jones.
I don't know who that is.
You gotta read it. She is like the trouble child of our generation. Every book was about her doing some rambunctious stuff.
Feminism.
Yeah.
I'm mad at how nonchalantly you agree with that, but okay, yeah. So
I mean,
you want me to read?
Why would I lie?
That's true. Ain't no point to do that. Well, I mean, the things that go, and then another one, R.L. Stein.
He was real good. I ain't really like his books because I was too scared.
I'm telling you, even just the front cover of it.
You like, no.
Like, no, but you know me, I'm going to read it. So like now, and it's so crazy because we kind of jumping a little bit, but it's all relative because we're talking about the Nephilim. So as we talking about the scary stuff, you remember The Conjuring? Annabelle?
Yeah.
The Devil Made Me Do It. All of those is one time. The Nun. So The Nun, Annabelle, The Conjuring, that's all one timeline.
That's crazy.
But
it makes sense.
But I'm going to break it down for you. And it's crazy because when you watch it, you got to watch all of them to understand that what happened with the hauntings came from an angel. You get all the way down to the end to figure out that what they're doing, that somebody in an earlier time, a Satanist group, called forward the angel Valak, V-A-L-A-K, which we would consider to be Moloch, right? They took the all-seeing eyes of Valak away from the deity, used those eyes to implement their plan into the future. So the angel has been following the eyes, the bloodline of the people that took the eyes. The angel has been following the bloodline to get the eyes back. You know the Warren lady?
The Warren lady?
The Warren on The Conjuring, Ed and Lorraine Warren. Lorraine's bloodline had the gift to be able to see. So when what the angel was doing was following the bloodline, was creating situations of hauntings in order to bring the bloodline that stole the eyes close. So Lorraine getting into that that sequence of events with that entity was not coincidental. It was on purpose. The angel was attracting her because her family's lineage stole the blood. They stole the birthright of the angel. When they stole the birthright of the angel, the energy of the angel became a demon.
They steal everything.
Of course. But it's the action that turned the angel to a demon. The action of what their bloodline did. That's
us.
It's talking about us. And the Nephilim, it's the same thing. When we watch Lovecraft Country, they said, what's that man name that they said? Braithwaite or whatever, Thomas Braithwaite?
Yeah.
Thomas Braithwaite stole from the Indians and then enslaved them to be for his prophecy for a future date. He stole the energy, the language of Adam, the ability to speak in the tongue language, and then trapped them under their own power.
That sounds too familiar.
It's happening over and over and over and over and over, and we still doing it today. You understand? The Nephilim are still here. We still alive. We don't know who we are. That's, you know, I'll be saying that all the time.
It's an article that just came out. I know this is off topic. It kind of ain't. But it was an article that just came out. They said that they doing like genotype or genetics testing to see who is the true lineage, the sons of David. So they got like kind of like hidden behind like Ancestry.com and all these other websites. But they really trying to see who is the real bloodline, and they're trying to take them out.
That's King Herod. You heard this story before over and over. Jesus about to be born. Bring me every boy. It's the same thing. It's that Jesus, descendant of Nephilim, got the bloodline. You got the bloodline of Adam. You have the bloodline that passed through Moses, passed through David, and Solomon, and that's why the Bible keeps account of those people, because all of those are melanated people that have the blessed bloodline.
The children of Israel.
Exactly. There's a birthright and a curse. That's what I'm telling you. It's a birthright and a curse.
Everything makes sense now.
I'm telling you, the birthright is the Nephilim.
Everything makes so much sense now.
That's why they make them evil. They're not evil.
They make them evil. We the children of Israel.
We're sitting here. How do you come to another dimension and bring how to cook food? This is what the angels brought. How to cook food, how to work with metals to create weapons. They taught women how to do makeup and adorn themselves and make themselves. Because think about it. When you adorn yourself, a woman does that to put herself in a higher state of mind, in a higher frequency. She wants to feel good, right? So when the angels also taught the people of the land how to make jewelry, how to make stuff out of gold, how to build buildings, all of these things bring a higher wavelength. So who are these people to come along all of a sudden and say, oh, they brought y'all all this stuff, but all of it was demonic, yet you're using it every day?
Every day.
You living in the same structures and buildings, right? That's where you want to put all your stuff at. You want to go to the church. You want to eat, cook food. Understand? Now you people putting on makeup. Where'd you get that from? Now you the top jeweler, Zales and Beret and all this other kind of stuff. Where did that come? Man, come on. Everything.
Blood diamond is real.
I'm telling you. Everything is our energy. Everything is the magic that was given to us by the Nephilim, by the angelic energies.
That's crazy.
We still here. And we still here. We just deactivated ourselves. So therefore, we're not creating the world like we used to. We're still creating it. But we're unconsciously creating the world for everybody else's design. That's why they lie to us. That's why they don't tell us nothing. Because they tell us, hey, man, this is y'all. Y'all are the Atlanteans. Y'all are the Atlanteans that became the Egyptians.
How?
Y'all are the Atlanteans that became the Egyptians that later became black people. Known as black people.
Don't even connect. Atlanteans in the ocean.
No, Atlantis is in the ocean, but we have places called Atlanta.
Yeah.
And then we have the Atlantic Ocean itself. So that lets you know all of that was Atlantis.
I honestly feel like Atlanta, I don't know, this is just my theory, but I honestly feel like Atlanta is like, it's built to where black people thrive, or our people just thrive. Because you don't really see nobody like struggling for real in Atlanta if you like melanated. It's become more prevalent now. During the time when we had the Freaknik and all that. So back then that was like the 90s. So in the 90s it was more a universal community of our people. So we could come from Miami or Pensacola and go to Atlanta and be accepted as if we come from that place, right? Because it was the universal mindset that covered Atlantis among us that Atlanta held. That's what made it so great. Then Stone Mountain is the top of a pyramid that sat in Atlantis. Stone Mountain is a giant quartz crystal. That's what it is. It's a giant quartz crystal, a capstone that was on top of a pyramid in Atlantis. So, ain't nobody moved that giant mountain, that capstone, right? You just decorated it.
So all you did was just cover the mountain with dirt. You covered the pyramid with dirt.
That's crazy. So
we all gravitate to that place because underneath the ground is a giant pyramid.
That makes so much sense.
Exactly. Now let me tell you something about Florida, which is crazy. So this is the thing about Florida. Florida is full of natural springs, right? And the natural springs that we have in Florida have high what's that what they call radioactive. So they're highly radioactive. However, it has uranium, we have plutonium. High concentrations of these things are running our natural rivers and springs. The thing is that when these things come together on Florida, in the Florida swamps and Florida soil, they become regenerative to alkalinity. So what that means is you'll go to a spring in Florida and the water looks crystal clear, and you'll see fish everywhere, and the fish are big, and everything is alive and vibrant, right? So everything that was radioactive came together to create an alkaline mixture. So the people that live around that water source live exponentially longer. We have people in Florida. They're all black folks. Keep it a buck. 137, 150, 165. They just don't tell us. You feel me? So these people come to the hospital, they pass away. They don't make, how they make a big deal. Somebody 110, 105 for them. They just don't say nothing. So now you wonder why all these people is rushing to Florida.
To buy up the coast.
Because Florida's the fountain of youth. Florida is the fountain of youth.
That makes so much sense why all these old people moving down here.
You understand? This is a place you come here and get close to one of them springs, and they build their communities around it, and then they tell you, oh, you don't have access, or you don't make enough money.
Your credit score is not high enough to live in this community.
It's a game. It's a game. And when that Nephilim blood wake up, it ain't gonna matter about no credit score.
Shut it down.
Shut it all down.
Please.
It's time to close up shop. You understand me?
I'm so ready. I ain't never been so ready in my life for something.
Exactly. And what do people tell us all the time? Black folks can't work together enough, come together enough to have their own communities. That's a lie.
We actually do.
That's a lie. That's a lie. We've done it over and over and over through our history, even after being disenfranchised.
It wasn't until y'all came in and broke up all of that.
Exactly. We always do it.
Young Street. All these other streets that's named after a black Johnson Avenue. All that was black folks.
I know. But they give us the misrepresentation. They give us Chappie Jane. Don't give me no sellout. I want to know the original people that was already hit the 10-yard. Tell me about the 10-yard people. They don't want to talk about them. Of course.
They don't want to talk about it.
They want to talk about that. Tell me about the Cantonment Indians, the Muskogee. They don't talk about that. No, they want to tell me about Chappie James that sold his people out.
It's the industry over there.
No.
The paper plant and the paper mill.
No.
Whatever, girl.
You can keep all that. That's the equivalency to Jesse Jackson to me. I'm going to keep it a buck. That's the equivalency to Jesse Jackson. What that?
It says, talk about government and alien agreement. I do think they had like an agreement to like be like discreet.
What?
The aliens. They have an agreement with the government.
Yeah. Oh, through the shadow government. Yes. Let's talk. Shadow government. First of all, remember I told you about the Timucua Indians, right? Mm-hmm. They already had a government established. See, that's why I'm saying if you watch my show during the thing, we talked about the Federal Reserve, right? Mm-hmm. And how the Federal Reserve was activated based on our people, based on the magic and the rituals where they were.
That's crazy.
So they took the energy of government from the Timucua Indians that was already living there. They already set all this stuff up. They just came in and absorbed it. The first banks, it was us. We ran the money around the country for everybody.
The black dollar still do it.
Yes, backed by gold, right? So here they come, absorb that power. So all of this is alien. So the alien contracts that were in place, they were already there based on the Indians. We got two governments. The one government they don't tell you about, they call it a shadow government, and then the government that we see every day that's trying to get us to vote for these people. The shadow government is not this covert secret ops. The shadow government is the Indian government that was already established. We were the ones that made connections with outside races and beings. It's not the other way around. They only picked up what we already had created and took it over and made themselves as if they represent us in this place. And that's not, that's done. It's done.
I don't even trust the government like that.
No, why would you? If you got to lie.
Because they be oppressing us every day. Why would you throw a man in jail over $20 worth of weed, and weed is semi-legal? Well, I think it is legal.
Who are you?
A black person.
Okay, and now we're explaining who they are, right? If I came in your land and I'm sitting on top of you and I'm spending your money and I'm eating your food and I'm living in your houses, right? And the minute you stand up, all that topple over for me. Why wouldn't I throw you in jail for petty nonsense? The longer I can keep you locked up and distracted, you're never going to stand up. You know what Rockefeller said?
What?
Rockefeller said, a man that goes to work every day never has time to make money. This is John D. Rockefeller. A man that goes to work every day never has time to make any money.
That makes so much sense.
That's crazy. Because why do people go to work?
To make money.
No, you don't. That's wild, man.
Oh, to make somebody else money.
That's right. You go to work to make somebody else money. You don't go to work to make money.
Y'all put y'all 2 weeks in.
Put y'all 2 weeks in.
Don't even worry about the 2 weeks
Hey,
notice.
man.
Just do like just go.
Just leave.
Just
No,
leave.
Just
But
toxic.
hey, if you don't got no money, just don't do that. Pay your bills first. Be responsible.
Really?
But for real, put your 2 weeks in, girl. If you put your 2 weeks in.
No, without, don't look now.
Not without a plan though. I ain't gonna say
Have your plan now,
have a plan.
because you don't want to be out here.
Sell plates or something.
You know that? And you know what's crazy about that? I mean, I know we talking about the Giants and stuff. But you know what's crazy about plate selling?
What?
How easily we trust these people.
Heck yeah. I don't know what you be doing in your
No.
kitchen, Sally Mae.
People do still scratch. They scratch.
Got their cats all over the counter and everything.
Mo, damn.
Let me taste a little bit. Oh, yes, package it up. What? You just stuck your finger in my food.
So, okay. Now, my cousin don't do that. My cousin sell plates, though. But she don't do that. Taste Bud Ride, y'all. Y'all go check her out. She cool.
I'm just saying. Some people just
But some people are very nasty.
questionable.
We go in these restaurants. Have you be catching the reports from the health department?
Heck yeah.
You go in these restaurants, these people be filthy. And they'll be filthy right there on the spot, and it still be a line at the door.
It was, oh my God, it was a video on TikTok. This lady was saying that she bought a little kids meal from Burger King for her baby. And she deliberately said no ketchup because the baby didn't like ketchup. Just the meat and the bun. She gave it to her baby. The baby said, I asked for no ketchup. So she went and grabbed the burger. When she opened it up, it was blood. And then she went into the establishment. She was like, what's up with this? And she was like, oh, well, somebody just cut themselves in the kitchen.
What? Oh.
What you mean you just cut yourself and you just, let me go ahead and slap up this burger? What?
I would have flipped that whole store upside down.
I said, baby, I would have been calling the health department. I would have been calling the feds, somebody.
No.
And then I'm suing because what?
That's attempted murder. You could have HIV. You could have VIH.
They don't even really do like, dang, that's crazy. They don't even do like blood panels and stuff on people. They don't even do like blood testing for people nowadays, especially in the food industry. They just do drug testing and keep it moving.
It's cold out here. It's this.
Crazy. Crazy. That's crazy. Oh my God. Y'all cook y'all food at home.
Man, cook your food at the house. And don't get none from Walmart. You better not get none of that
don't get none of that meat, the dairy, none of that. Got listeria in it.
They got, man.
Don't get no peanut butter. They just recalled peanut butter like yesterday.
Did you see the thing about the apple juice?
The apple juice got it in there too.
Arsenic. All apples, like apple juice, they was like, don't get no apple juice from Walmart at all. None. Anything that's great value, don't touch it. Because that's where the highest concentration of arsenic is. Bruh, you think that's on accident?
No.
The only issue they saying something about is because it's bleeding into other communities. From the Walmarts they putting it in. Because don't think they just shipping it to all Walmarts.
They just doing it to the ones that's in the black communities.
Okay. So Walmart shut down over 200 stores. Okay. So if you shut down 200 stores, where's the highest concentration of Walmarts at then?
In the black communities.
Exactly.
Because that's where we spend all our food stamps at. You won't see nobody in food stamps shopping at Publix because it's too expensive. They're like, okay, let me get less for more, You know
what I saw?
What?
I know it ain't none of my business. But, I got to say something about it. First of all, it's two things. The first thing is, there was these, it's this house that always been empty for a while. It's been like sitting on the corner like W Street over there. And the house always been empty. So when you pass by, you can see everything going on. So I passed by the house, and there was a group of Mexican people out there sitting on the porch or whatever. And came back 2 or 3 days in a row, and them same people sitting in the same chairs on the same porch, like they ain't moved. I said, interesting. So how y'all able to just kick you? I'm talking about big chilling. Like, bills paid, everything straight. How y'all doing that? Then one of them actually let out on accident how much food stamps they get in a month.
How much would they get?
between $3 and $6 grand
And food stamps.
in food stamps. 3 and 6
They
thousand.
only approved me for $25.
I got 16. I wouldn't apply that, man.
I need to have a conversation with DCF face to face, baby.
It's the Democrats. The Democrats are green lighting all this. Man, look, I'm telling you, like, we're going to go to this. I'm going to keep telling folks this. We don't understand what an enemy is. We don't know. So when we think we have an enemy, that's not our enemy. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why they scrambling like this before the election. There's a reason why they've been putting Trump name under every bus tire that you can find, smearing it all in dirt. There's because Trump's the mission is to recreate the business sector of America. The business sector is propagated off the blueprint of the Indian groups of America. In order for it to be reset, in order to drain the swamp, you have to first reawaken the Indians. Mm-hmm. Because if you open up this floodgate and the Indians still legally calling themselves black, it won't matter, because all they're going to do is turn around and you're going to give it to them, they're going to turn around and give it right back. Mm-hmm. Because that's what black is designed to do. So, but if you can turn around and say, man, take a deeper look at what you are, who you are. Oh, man, I need to go fix my thing. Now, when you give it to the Indians, it's going to stop. The Indians going to start cycling in amongst themselves like ants. That's how we're going to do. The floodgates are going to close once we realize who we are and we put it back in the right perspective. The floodgates close. Right now, we call ourselves black and African American. The dam is just down, the water just flowing out. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no barrier. There's nothing to stop us from giving all our wealth away. So that's why it's encoded. For those that know, what Lil Wayne said. Lil Wayne got pardoned by Trump, right? Mm-hmm. His song said, I know what they don't want to tell you. Just hope your heaven sent and your hell proof. And then he came out with a freestyle after that said, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. That's what he said in his rhymes. What is he telling you?
To wake up.
To what?
You the real thing. You the real deal.
You go look at his status right now. He's not black.
I'm not black.
But your status say you are. Your social security card say you are.
I gotta get that changed. But anytime I fill out a piece of paper, I put Indian.
Mm-hmm. Take heed. Take heed.
It says, I've been seeing videos about rubbery foods. What's your theory on that? It's fake. Everything's fake. It's not what it seems.
It's not.
It's not what it seems.
Nothing is what it seems. The Monsanto, they've been what's the word? They've been paid to create this type of GMO type food. Whenever you I was listening to this lady. This lady said, she was going out too. The lady said, how are we the highest technological advancement in the world? Yet we have the most diabetic people. We have the most unhealthy people, most people on medicine, most people taking surgeries, most people doing this, most people doing that. Overseas, their people are not going through that.
They just chilling.
Exactly. There's a group of people overseas that they take the apricot seeds and they make like a jelly out of the apricot seed that you put on the skin.
Oh my God.
Those people, and they're pheomelanated. Okay, so they're not melanated like you and me. Mm-hmm. They're pheomelanated. So they're more Caucasian. These people are living longer, no wrinkles. They're old people, 70, 75 years old. They look like they're 30. From using the seed, the jelly of the apricot seed, and they make and that's what they eat. They eat apricot seeds all the time.
I saw that somewhere.
And they don't blend themselves with the rest of the world like that. That's the way they live their lives. And the apricot seeds are preserving them.
And their government just way more realistic. Like their government will not approve half the food or all the food that we give in here.
Right. They
have whole different like nutrition and everything over there.
Exactly. But we the only place that accept this stuff.
Cause we don't be knowing. Like we just.
Well, it's look.
Well, we know. We don't be knowing.
We don't be knowing. Everything is an attack to keep us from activating. When you let that settle into your medulla oblongata, what's it called?
Medulla oblongata.
That. When you let it settle in that everything in America is happening to keep us from activating, then all of this will make sense. How are they putting all this toxic food in only America? Nobody else accepts it. Have you ever had a Mexican Coke?
A Mexican Coke?
A Mexican Coca-Cola.
It tastes completely different.
It's not, none of the ingredients. It's Coca-Cola, sugar, water.
But you got 50 million ingredients on the back of the dang on Coca-Cola Hill, and almost everything else got 50 ingredients or more.
It's deliberately put, the poison is deliberately put there. So you have to understand something. You know how they be seeing these Hispanic, these Venezuelans is coming in, the groups or whatever, coming in and doing that stuff? That's not new. That's what they did to get into the country in the first place. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Overrun it, right? Mm-hmm. So what you get from that is that you know now that the people, now look, the people they're giving us from Venezuela, that's their lower end of their population. Mm-hmm. That's not they scientists and doctors and lawyers. That's not who that is. Those are the inmates and the prisoners and the lower class people that they're flooding America with, right? Mm-hmm. So that means they're expendable. Okay? Now, let's go back in history. Mm-hmm. The Europeans that were sent over here were expendable. Okay? Mm-hmm. So when you look at the design of what they putting all this toxins in the food, is that because these people are considered expendable. Yeah. You understand? So as long as we're completing the mission of keeping the original man of America from waking up, it don't matter who get caught up in the crossfires. That's why I be telling people, once the Caucasian realizes what's going on and what's been happening to them and how they've been being used and manipulated, because most of them don't know. They have no idea. They think they're living life the way life's supposed to be lived. You feel me? They think they're really living the dream. They don't understand how they're being used. The majority of them, once they realize, because notice something, the Caucasian figured out that there's a Federal Reserve, right? Mm-hmm. And that these people are pulling the strings. Mm-hmm. When you tell them that somebody hiding something from them, they finna go figure out who hiding it,
find it,
what you hiding, how much is owed to me, and I'm taking you to court. Because you ain't finna keep that. That's mine. You gonna make sure that I get what's mine, right? So when you put them on the way, they're gonna go figure it out. You're already in the country established by people who stole the land from somebody else, underneath the rules of a Federal Reserve that come from the land that you come from anyway. So you in the land talking about, oh, they got a Federal Reserve over us. We need to go figure out why they playing and manipulating us and doing us like this. But it's not y'all they doing it to. It's the Indian groups through y'all. Yeah. You feel me? But look how these white people be acting. Oh, no, they'll stand up and have seminars. So the Rockefellers, like they ain't all the same. The Rockefellers and this and that, and the Germanic groups, and they talk about them like they separate from each other. This is what happens. You put them on the way, they finna go break it all down and figure out what's going on, and they won't end. You understand? This is what you're dealing with. So these people here in America, they don't know. They're starting to learn and understand. So when we come out and say, man, we don't mess with y'all because of XYZ, most of them be like, well, what did I do? Like, I don't understand. What you did. You know, but that's what we say. You know what you did to us. But they really don't. They're not paying attention in school. They're not thinking deeper. They playing. They playing just like we playing. Nobody takes school seriously.
I do.
Because you're trying to get a bag.
Heck yeah.
You feel me? But I'm talking about when you in elementary school, middle school, man, nobody be taking that serious, man. So it's the same way on their side. They're not really taking, you have to literally be picked out and say, this person gonna be the next president. Then they get a whole different teaching standard. But if you putting everybody in public school, people ain't learning nothing. Right. You have master regurgitators. So they're good at listening and filling the blank. And they'll give it to you. So they make all A's. But it's still not edifying them either. So when you come to their reality, they still wondering why the Mexicans taking all the jobs, the this, that, and the third.
They will actually work.
But they don't understand how the game has been set up. You feel me? How they're being used in the game. They don't get it. They don't get it. A lot of them don't get it. So when you come to them and tell them, oh, black people are racist. No, we're not racist, man. You're literally walking around on my ancestors.
Can't be racist.
You're sleeping on top of my ancestors.
You're stealing money from me every day.
And you were not invited here. You just came. You weren't invited.
Go back to your own country.
That's
Girl,
what they
we been here. What you talking about?
We standing in it. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But we don't know who we are. So it's obvious that they can't know what's going on, because how can a rhesus genome call somebody else a porch monkey when rhesus is the monkey genome? You giving somebody else. You know what black means? Black means pale. Black means pale. That comes from overseas. So the slave groups were called black people because they don't have no origin. They don't have no home. They don't have no nation backing them up.
Trying to bamboozle you.
I'm telling you, it's all a switcheroo.
America has always welcomed immigrants. Yes, they were immigrants themselves. Y'all came up in here busting up our grooves.
Exactly. America has always welcomed immigrants. No, we didn't.
That's crazy to me.
No, we didn't. Our leadership, the Timucua Indians, did not coincide with Europeans. They didn't share nothing with them.
And that's why they took everything.
That's why they took it. That's why they killed them and took it.
That's crazy.
This is what
Talk
we
about
with.
Thanksgiving is when the Indians and the Pilgrims came together and had a dinner. No, it was not.
No, they never came together. That's a lie. Oh, what they say? Maurice. What's up, Mo?
Google early American immigrants and view the images. You will see them by the boatload. Now Google early American slaves. You won't find one authentic photo of slave ships. You won't.
That's facts.
You won't.
That's facts. You won't.
Mm-hmm.
You won't. You can't.
So it's a myth.
It's all, yeah.
It's made up.
It's made up. That's right.
That's crazy.
The boats that came over here, they were traveling over here. The Africans they brought with them were indentured servants. So the Africans had signed up to work off their debts for this nobility. So when they brought them over, there's only a few of them. You know what I'm saying? And they used the Africans to come in. Oh, y'all kind of look like them.
Ooh.
You feel me?
That brings me to my next thing.
Okay, go ahead.
So it said, did slavery really happen or was it just a myth? And then again, I put my theory down.
Okay.
I put like the theory that we were already here. Slave and the mass slave trade is a made up story to oppress us who are the real lineage of God, the sons of David.
Facts. That's absolutely the truth. The Africanist groups were introduced into America only as a means to try and relate to the melanated people. The reason why they used the Africans is because the first people to attack us were the Moors. The Moors were the real leaders of Germany, France, Italy, Spain, England. It was all melanated, melanated nobility. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the name of German, French, English, Spanish, that is not pertaining to a Caucasian at all. That pertains to the African nobility groups. So again, these people have no origin. They have no home. You understand what I'm saying? That's why you move around the world looking for places to conquer and take over, because you have no point of origin.
That's crazy.
So the trick was, let's go over there and make them live our story. Then they'll abandon their story and we can assume their story. Now we have a home. Now this is our America. Now this is our Florida, our Texas. No, it's not. You don't belong anywhere. Mm-hmm. And if we wake up and push y'all up out of here, you have nowhere to go. Where you gonna go, to Mexico?
They ain't go to Mexico. They don't want you there.
They don't want you there. Where you go? Where you going? The Russians put them out first. The Germans that's why Hitler,
man.
Okay, so
I will digress on that one.
All right. So these are things I don't want you to talk about, man.
I'm gonna digress.
Yo, what's good, man? What Mo say? Oh yeah, sir. What up? Oh, what's up, Leo? What's going on, man? I'm glad y'all tuning in, man. You know, we in here having fun. Y'all be sure to leave y'all comments, like, subscribe, all that. If you on YouTube, all that. But this is where we at. Mm-hmm. You feel me? It's time for us to wake back up, dog. I'm telling you. And it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen either this time or the next cycle, which is gonna be in our children.
Cause Hitler knew we was them folks.
Yeah, he wrote it in his book. They stole the American birthright. They stole the Jews. And when the real Jews of America, that's what Hitler wrote. So that's why the Jewish people don't like him. That's why they always tearing them down every time when they talk about him. Man. Because on the world stage, he exposed them. Y'all are not really what y'all say y'all are. And what they have a history of is infiltrating governments and going to the top of the government and taking over the whole land. That's what look at America.
He's a hero to me. I may get banned for that, but I love me some Adolf Hitler.
You gotta look into the people, who they are, not just the ideology of what came afterwards. You gotta actually look into the person. You know what I'm saying? And that's where you're gonna get the real truth, the truth stranger than fiction. Mm-hmm. Hitler knew who these people were. Yeah. Those that call themselves Jews that are not.
Criminals.
of the highest degree.
Criminal offensive side eye.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Yes, it's emotional damage. It is what it is.
That's crazy.
But if they're exposed, when they're exposed, they have no home to go to.
None.
There's nowhere to go.
Down on my luck.
You understand?
Back against the.
So what you gonna do? You gonna conform or what? D, what's up, dog? What's good, man? What's good? What's good? Everybody tuning in today, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is where we at. Once we expose them, it's a wrap. That's why they don't want Trump to get back in office. Trump is empowering us to stand up. The world is saying, people, the melanation in America, the black people in America, you guys need to wake up and see what's going on, because you're the only ones being poisoned. You're the only ones being raped of your money. You're the only ones that's being franchised away from your birthright and your home. You're the only one. You think they're gonna be able to go into Africa with this?
Heck no.
You think they have to literally make they're giving our image to Africa. Now the women are starting to twerk. The women starting to everything is about the nyash. You know what nyash is? It's booty.
That booty meat.
Everything is about the nash all the time. Nash. It's like, wait a minute now, because the elder Africans that I remember, they were covered, well dressed,
from the head to the toe.
Okay, even if they had on the dashiki, even if they had on this, you didn't see those women with things that went too high above the knee. They were not going to reveal themselves like that. It's immoral, because they lived against the. So now these new versions is only because they're watching the American thing that's coming through the internet.
I don't even know why for.
But this all they see. You know what I'm saying? So it's a game being played as always. And the whole game is only predicated on, as long as we gonna keep looking down at the ground, they can keep building the platform they standing on our back. But the minute we stop looking at the ground and stand up and look around us, all of that stuff got to topple down. So this is what we dealing with right now. You feel me? The toppling down. It's crazy. That's truth
crazy.
Is crazier than fiction.
Sure is.
You know what I'm saying? That's wild.
Which brings me to my final topic. So I did some digging, and allegedly wigs is actually corpse hair. Yes.
Bro,
and that's
hold on. Hold on.
what?
Ooh, boy, the mental image I just got from that.
Yeah.
Cause I walk around here, and then they had them people that be like, she really put that on top of her head, and the hair just be straight down. It's human. Nah, I ain't never seen no human. I ain't never seen no human like that. Nah. Ain't too many human beings I see with hair like that. But go ahead, continue. I apologize. You gotta.
So you know how have you ever seen this movie? It's on Hulu, Bad Hair.
Yes.
That's what brought my theory, because wigs are indeed corpse hair, and that's why it carries so much spirituality with it.
That's a fact.
If you notice, like for most females, like once you get your hair done, you start feeling different. And it could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. Like you start feeling anxiety and like depression. But I honestly feel like it's the hair.
It's the hair.
Because hair carries, it carries some type of spiritual type situation.
Well, this is the thing. So women, how many times in a month would you say average woman changes her hairstyle? When they do
2 to 4.
2 to 4 times. So 2 to 4 times, and that market is pretty big, especially amongst our women. So they spend a lot of money.
Heck yeah.
So you spend a lot of money to get that done at least 2 to 4 times. So each hairstylist, I would say in a month, they may see like 1,000 clients or like have 1,000 visits or whatever on average. Yeah, 2 to 3 times a day, 30 days. Nah, that's a lot. Maybe about 500 to 600 a month.
Yeah.
So there's 500 to 600 transitions that happen in a month for the stylist, per stylist. If we look at per capita, how many stylists are in each state, pulling those type of numbers, we have 50 states. Each state is a certain amount of land, man. So many cities per state where all of these things go on all the time. There's not enough people alive to supply that much hair for at least 3 to 4 months. At 3 to 4 months, all the hair in the world is wiped out. So where are you getting all this hair?
On Auntie Barbara.
That's just like they say, there's not enough living creatures to supply as much meat that goes out to restaurants, to fine dining restaurants, seafood, this, that, and the third, fast food, the grocery stores. There's not enough living flesh that has to grow to a certain place, birth to growth to maturity, then slaughter, then supply. There's not enough living flesh to do that. Where is y'all getting this meat from?
On corpse. Haven't you noticed that when they bury somebody, they be telling you, like, especially if it's a woman, they tell you to come, like, bring a wig and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm. Wow, man. You worth more dead than you are alive.
Which brings me to a rant. Take blood donor, take organ donor off your license. Because have you noticed that not one woman, not one black woman has taken their placenta home with them?
It's a new thing that they start to do now.
They doing like the encapsulation now,
Yeah,
but it's like you have to ask for your placenta. I shouldn't have to ask for something that came out of me. And they said now on the black market, one placenta, especially from a regular non-melanated woman, is $50K. But a melanated woman, hers go for at least $200K or more.
Mm-hmm. For the stem cells.
But
and they eat that.
Yes.
It's eaten. It's not nothing that's broken down and then they eat it. Cannibalism.
Do you know how crazy that is? Do you know how many women birth babies in a day?
Every day. And they don't let you take it.
And they don't let you take your placenta unless you ask for it. I shouldn't have to ask for nothing that came out of me.
And then they don't want to give it to you after you ask.
They don't.
We don't know
the placenta is very vital in a lot of things.
It is.
It's packed with nutrients, minerals, all that.
I saw a report that the what's inside of the placenta is what makes up the vibration of the pineal gland in the melanated. So it's like that's what illuminates the baby. That's crazy, man. For my son, we buried his thing. Buried his and put a tree on top of it.
I'd rather do that. But
Took it home.
Just let you have it.
And even then, they were like, we're going to take a little corn off of it for research. What you mean? Y'all people weird.
Don't touch.
They weird.
Don't touch what's mine.
Because you got to think about something. Let's be honest now. Now, everybody ain't no surgeon. Everybody can't stand there and cut somebody open and be like, because that me instantly. I'm good. As soon as I see that first drop of blood, I'm good. You got this. I'm done. So most people, that's how we are, squeamish. You're not supposed to go into that type of thing to do that. We are overabundant in Caucasian, Asiatic, all of these other groups, overabundant with the mutilation of the body. Overabundance. We find them doing drugs. We find them leaving. You hear about the dude at Sacred Heart?
Heck.
You heard about that? The dude at Sacred Heart killed that man. Mutilation.
How you go in for a spleen and take out a liver?
They don't even look the same.
They're not in the same place. You learned this in basic first term medical, the anatomy and physiology of the body. How?
No. That's what the order called for. And he had the right liver for what they needed, whoever needed it. Whoever behind the scenes needed that or wanted that to eat that or whatever. He took it. He got paid. I don't care what, man. Sacred Heart has a dark history.
Sacred Heart is just
very dark history.
I don't feel comfortable in Sacred Heart. I really don't.
I'm telling you, man, we're going to go down. We're going to do an expose on Sacred Heart.
But of course, Sacred Heart is the place to. No, it ain't, girl.
It's really not.
I'd rather stay
now,
over. I'd rather go to Baptist.
That's what I'm saying. Because I heard some good things about the New Baptist, like their procedures, the way they do things. They're more, it's less you being funneled around to all these different people trying to make money. It's more like streamlined. So you'll get one nurse for the whole duration. You get your doctor be like this. Your room is your room, your operating room, your everything.
Yeah.
It's completely accommodating. Like,
They're
you know what I'm saying?
nice. I ain't gonna lie.
But it's still not a place for our people to be. We don't need it. We don't need that. What we need to do is return back to our ways. We turn back to our ways. In the beginning of us, before the influence of the nurses from Europe and all this, we didn't have babies that died. Babies didn't die. Their mothers didn't die. They had the baby. They went home. You know what I'm saying? Took care of the baby. They had another baby.
They had a doula.
Right. They didn't have to cut you open and do all that extra stuff. Your body knew what to do naturally. We was never, man, you hear so many reports of these women going through mutilation to have babies over and over. And it's not just us now.
I have a story.
Okay.
So I was in maternity clinicals, and it was a lady. She was like, I guess they was saying that her baby wasn't like moving.
Mm-hmm.
They said she was ready, like she was due, but her baby was not. So her water didn't break, none of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, she ain't ready yet. If her water ain't break,
Right.
the nurse physically rolled up her sleeve, took her hand, put like gloves and stuff on, went up, broke her water, and like moved her baby down. And I was like, ain't no way that's right. Birth is supposed to be natural. You're not supposed to just go force it because you want the lady. She was like, and then they was already talking mess at the nurse stage, talking about I want her to hurry up, have this baby so I can go on. I'm like, girl, pump your brakes. Because how did you get your license?
Right.
But literally, they went in there, broke that lady water, and like started moving her baby down. And I was like,
it's mutilation. That's what it is.
And baby was screaming. She was like, that hurts. And she was like, I know, but I just gotta get. No, girl, if I tell you it hurt, back up before I punch you.
You see? Because people don't understand. So you gotta look at something. Your uterus is sitting there. All your organs are pushed to wherever they go. But there's still connections made from the organs to they don't study us like to improve us. So we have to study ourselves to improve us to understand how our bodies work. So the melanistic centers inside of us create a neural web on the inside of the body. When it's taking its time, you have to detach. Everything has to detach on its own. You feel what I'm saying? So that baby may cook for a little while he's still detaching, but maybe he's supposed to be of a higher mindset. Maybe that baby's supposed to be higher physically, you know what I'm saying, or higher spiritually. So there's certain energy centers that the baby will stay connected to until it's ready to come out.
Right.
You feel me? So now when you take and disrupt those processes and rip the baby, you also rip it from mom. That's why we die. It's a hemorrhage. So blood is the life force of the body. You rip that baby out from a certain place, that life force will show itself in the blood.
Connected.
It's that type of blood that was coming. Mental blood, spinal blood, physical, the muscular blood. It's different. You got blood of the bones, got blood of the organs, which is different than blood of the muscles, blood of the veins, or blood of the brain. It's all different. You know what I'm saying? So if that baby is connected mentally and you rip that off the spine, now you have a leak or hemorrhage in cerebral fluid, which is blood. Mama gonna die.
One of
them. Dangerous game we plays, man.
We're dangerous.
We play dangerous games with ourselves. This is crazy. This has been a good conversation though. Man, look, I hate that we gotta leave, but we definitely gotta go. I'm gonna go eat. Man, look, man, it's Sunday. Today's Sunday, right? No, it ain't.
Is it Monday?
No, today's Sunday.
Okay, cool. I'm just making sure you know.
Yeah, today's Sunday. Yeah, oh no, I ain't losing my mind yet.
Side eye.
I ain't losing my mind yet. I'm still here. But I'm still here. That was the what did it say? God kept me on my journey. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take off for the day, man. We appreciate everybody tuning in. You know what I'm saying? It's been a wonderful time. Co-host Mo here. And yeah, we want y'all to tune in with us, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody tried to call because I ain't plugged the phone up. Just keeping it transparency. But we will be back next week. You can still follow me all week long because we have to break down Jekyll Island, the Timucua Indians, Atlantis, and the Titanic because it's all related. Interesting. Man, it's so crazy. The Titanic has something to do with the overthrow of America. We're going to break all that down.
That boat.
I'm telling you.
I ain't allowed no black folks on there.
But I'm telling you, watch. You'll be like, what?
I just thought it was instant karma, but.
That's not karma. It was on purpose. It was on purpose. But anyway, y'all stay tuned with us. Subscribe to us. Keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? And if we didn't shout you out, man, we appreciate you tuning in today. And we will see y'all next week. All right. So y'all have a good week, man. Y'all eat good dinner tonight. Sleep good. Get ready for the day tomorrow. And we'll be back with y'all in 7 days, man. Y'all take care.
Bye, Pooties.
Peace.